Introducing your 2011 AAA Blues. Defenseman. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Defenseman. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Forward. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Defenseman. Number 10, John Peterson. Defenseman. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Defenseman. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Forward. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Forward. Number 16, Braden Harris. Forward. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Defenseman. Number 19, Emerson Minimin. Forward. Number 21, Mason Blanchard. Forward. Number 27, Grant Fugner. Forward. Number 29, Ian Bowers. Goalie. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Goalie. Number 31, Luke Scanapieko. Forward. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Forward. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Forward. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Forward. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Forward. Number 93, Ben Spatansky.
Okay, let's go.
Good morning, Blues fans. We are live here at this big ice rink up in Minneapolis. Sorry, I forgot the name of it. Today, your Blues will play the LA Junior Kings in Game 3 of this Tier 1 Elite Championship Showcase. Both teams off to a 2-0 start. LA Kings with commanding victories over both the Milwaukee Admirals and Nashville Predators. I believe they've outscored their opponents 13-1 coming into this game. Blues had a close game against the Milwaukee Admirals to kick off this showcase, winning 1-0 in a really well-fought battle by the Admirals as they fended off the Blues and honestly probably outplayed the Blues for decent portions of that game, but Blues still came out victorious after an amazing goaltending performance by Luke Scanapieko, who will be getting the start today. Blues then went on to win 6-1 against the Nashville Junior Predators with 2 empty net goals late in that game. We are ready to get this one underway in this top 20 matchup. Blues will send out Giorgio, Crowley, and Zilm up front. Defensively, Brooks and Rubis. Blues win the faceoff. Brooks has it on his blue line. He goes far side to Zilm. Zilm crosses the red line. He dumps it in and goes in on the forecheck. Crowley gets there first, holds it in the corner. LA chips it past him, and now they clear it up to the near side boards. Good outlet pass through the center, picked off by Brooks. He flips it back into the neutral zone. LA takes back over. They go far side to the wall. They bobble the puck a little bit. They send it behind. Brooks lets it go all the way around for Crowley. Crowley on the sideboard starts a battle for it, pushes behind the net to Rubis. Rubis up the sideboards to Zilm. That's out of his reach. That's going to go all the way down. And they're going to call off icing as the LA Kings player stops skating. Kings put it into the far side corner, up the sideboards. Their pass to the center, picked off by Malachi Smith. He's going to cross the red line, throws it back in deep. Blues going on the forecheck. Crowley breaks up the exit attempt. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He takes it, shot on. That hits the stick, goes into the far side corner. Harris picks up the rebound. He has it knocked off of his stick. He's got heavy pressure, gets it back to Fugner. Fugner to Komodowski. Komodowski makes a move. He's going to skate it towards the middle. He goes to Malachi Smith. Smith up to Harris. Harris tips it between his legs to Schneider. Schneider into the corner with it, pulls up. He goes out to the point to Smith. Smith, long shot. That goes just wide, comes near side. Pinched by Komodowski, successful down to Fugner. Fugner down to Komodowski, right back to Fugner. He goes behind the net for Harris. Harris tries to come far side, nobody on the point, as Komodowski was still retreating. That puck goes all the way down net, all the way down the ice on net. Scanapieko plays it back out to the neutral zone, and LA turns it right back around, and they're going to bring it in. They get that puck to the outside. Good play by Malachi Smith to knock that off his stick at the last moment. Fugner then picks off the next pass. He sends it up the sideboards. Harrison battles for it, knocks it back to Fugner. Fugner up to Harris, back to Fugner, to Schneider. Schneider kicks it to himself, tries to get the shot off. That goes just wide. Harris gets it to Fugner on the side of the net, loose puck. Fugner jabs at it twice. Goalie gets a stick on it and clears it out. And LA back to the neutral zone. Miniman picks it up at the red line. He retreats it to Peterson. Peterson's going to skate it near side. Crosses the red line. He dumps it in on net. Tricky little save for the goalie as he bumps it to the corner. And here comes LA back, and they're going to throw it all the way down. They're going to say no icing as they are claiming that tipped off of somebody, but it didn't. Puck comes all the way back to LA zone. They get it. They go D to D just inside their dots. Now they're going to go far side, pass behind the man, so he has to pull up to retrieve it. He skates it back into his own zone. Good play by Blanchard, breaks up the play. Couldn't get enough on it to get it to a wide open Wessel, but Blues still come away. Spatansky sends it far side for Peterson, tipped by LA, and that's going to go all the way down and will be no icing. Pass to the front, one-time shot saved by Scanapieko. Blanchard comes away with the rebound. He brings it up the boards. He tries to pass it, fans on it, gives it back to Miniman now. Miniman's pass up, hits a stick, but goes right to Spatansky. He chips it around, gets it to Blanchard. Blanchard takes it deep, has it knocked off of his stick. Rubis comes in, holds at the line. That was clearly offsides, no call, but the refs are really spread out here, and there's only 2 of them instead of what we've seen earlier in this showcase with 2 refs, 2 linesmen, so they're going to be a little out of position today. Bowers tries passing it up, turns it over to LA. LA sends it towards the front. Good play by Brooks to break that play up. Puck gets sent far side for Bauer. He brings it in, crosses into LA Kings territory, tries dropping for Giorgio. That's out of his reach, and LA is going to bring it right back the other way. They cross it over, far side, collision with Bauer and one of their players. They both go down. LA puts it behind the Blues net. Brooks grabs it off the boards to Rubis. Rubis to Bowers. Bowers to Giorgio. And Giorgio's going to bring it in. He gets to the outside, ducks the check, tries to get it to Bowers, hits a stick. That goes high. Komodowski picks it up in the neutral zone. Goes back to his partner, Malachi Smith. Up to Bowers. Bowers to Giorgio. Giorgio goes to the outside again, takes it to the corner, pulls up. Puck gets pushed back up the boards by LA. They send it towards the middle, picked off by Bauer. He has his pocket picked as it goes all the way back to Komodowski. Komodowski to Bauer. Bauer just has to reach to tip it in as he goes for a change. Giorgio in the corner battles for it. LA second man in, grabs it. They send it up the boards. Crowley, fresh on the ice, knocks his man off the puck. LA able to forward it. They're going to bring it in deep. Hit by Komodowski, knocks him off the puck. Malachi Smith and Komodowski now battle in the corner. Smith comes away with it. Goes to Crowley. Crowley up to Fugner. Fugner around the side. Gets it down low for Crowley. He goes behind the net. LA wins that battle. They go up the boards. Held at the line by Smith. Then pushed past him. Fugner on a good back check. Breaks up the 2-on-1, and now LA's trying to set up shop in the blue zone. They take it down low. They put it behind the net. They try tipping towards the front. That goes right to Crowley. Crowley reverses, puts it behind the net for Smith. He skates it into the corner. He's going to bring it out of the zone now. He says far side for Crowley. Crowley tips it in, and he's going to go in on the forecheck. And good play by the goalie as he faked a near side zone exit and then brought it back to the far side and made a good pass. Good play by LA there as they get around Peterson. Shot from the top of the circle is into the blue note on Scannapieco's chest, and that's held on to for a stoppage in play. Blues will send out Schneider, Harris, and Spatansky up front. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pair. Don't know if we said it, but Blues are down a player today as Tyson Boyer's out. We'll have an update on that later. Spatansky gets the puck from Miniman. He brings it into the zone. He takes it down low. They knock it off his stick. They send it behind. Schneider goes into the near side corner. He battles with his man. They're going to send it behind. Spatansky goes in to forecheck the opposite corner. They clear to the center. Their pass goes all the way through to far side, and then they hit a seam pass. They get to the outside. Shot deflects off the stick of Peterson, and that goes into the netting for another stoppage in play. Blues will change up the defensive pair. They send out Brooks and Rubis to join Spatansky, Harris, and Schneider. Spatansky lines up, take this draw. It's going to be to the right of Scannapieco. He wins it to Harris. Harris pushes forward, and here come Harris and Schneider 2-on-2 with the man back. He gets to the outside, brings it to the front. Shot! That hits off the goalie's shoulder, goes behind the net. Harris continues battle. He gets it to Schneider. Schneider, tries to hit Spatansky in front. Harris comes up the loose puck, and LA's going to come away with it. Schneider hits his man. They bring it through the neutral zone. Wow, Harris got away with the trip there. And then they pick up a loose puck. Big hit by Harris. Spatansky's going to turn, flip it a mile in the air. And Blues start a line change. They are offsides by a country mile, and the ref all the way down in the zone sees that, and he calls it. Blues finish the line change. Giorgio, Wessel, and Blanchard will be up front. Defensively, we have Brooks and Rubis. Face off, tied up. LA comes away with it. They send it back to their blue line to the point. He reverses. He tries clearing, hits it off Wessel, and stays right there in the blue line. LA comes away with it. They bring it in. They bring it to the far sideboards, drop to the point, throw it towards the net. Kick save goes right to the LA forward on the other side, and he puts it into the open net, putting the LA Kings up 1-0 here with 10:03 left in the first period. Blues will change the defensive pair. Komodowski and Smith jump the boards. Giorgio, Wessel, Blanchard continue up front. LA wins that face-off. They go D to D just inside their blue line. They do it one more time, coming back near side. They clear to the neutral zone. Give and go pass picked off. Wessel grabs it. He brings it in, long shot. That goes just over the crossbar all the way out to the near side boards. They're going to reverse down low, and then they're going to flip it to the neutral zone. Glove down by Komodowski. He's got a man all over him. He battles trying to push it forward. LA comes away with it. They bring it back into the blue zone. Drop pass to the top of the circle. Hit by Giorgio, breaks him up. They throw it back in front. Blanchard had it bounce off of his stick, so now Giorgio battles in the corner for it. LA comes away. Their pass picked off by Wessel. He's going to skate it out of the zone, gives it to Blanchard. Blanchard gets hit. LA comes back away with the puck. They go D to D on their dots. Now they send it up to the red line. They try tipping it in, picked off by Blanchard. Blanchard to Komodowski. He hits Wessel. Wessel with space. Cuts towards center. Long shot. Wow, that was tricky. Pulled it around the defender and took the shot, and the goalie had to brace for impact. Blues send out a fresh 5-man unit. Bowers on the wing with Fugner centering. Peterson, Miniman, the defensive pairing. Offensive zone faceoff will be to the right of the Kings goaltender. That is won by the Kings. They send it into the far corner. They send it up the boards. Nobody there for them. Miniman steps up, pushes it down low for Bowers. Bauer braces for the hit, comes away with the puck. Gets knocked off of his stick, goes to Fugner. Fugner goes behind the net. Peterson thought about pinching down. He pulls back, and LA Kings try to get it around him. Good stick by Peterson, and LA brings it back in offsides. No change in personnel for either team. We'll have a neutral zone face-off. This one directly across from the Blues bench. Bugner lines up to take it. He has it tied up in his skates. Good play by Peterson to tip the puck to Bauer. Bauer goes far side to Bowers. That's out of his reach, and they put it back in offsides once again. Bugner wins the face-off over to Peterson. He's going to bring it out near side. Crosses the red line. He puts it in. Cross-corner dump. Bowers goes in on the forecheck. LA pushes it past him and heads up. Here comes LA 3-on-2 through. Good back check by Miniman and Bauer to get back into position. Oh, man, shot from the point. Deflects off Peterson's stick. Just misses the net as Miniman gets the loose puck. His pass out intercepted. Man open in front. Bowers takes it off of his stick. He goes to Bauer. Bauer tries to go off the boards, hits a LA Kings player's skate, and LA is going to put it back in deep with the cross-corner dumping of their own. Miniman picks it up behind the net, reverses to Peterson in the corner. He skates it around, goes off the boards to Bowers. Bowers has it stripped off of his stick. Bowers clears it with an icing attempt. Blues send out a fresh unit. Spatansky, Crowley, and Zelm will be up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pairing. Defensive zone faceoff after that icing will be to the right of Scannapieco. Won by the Kings. They get a quick shot off. That goes just wide. They get the rebound behind the net. Next shot hits off something in front. Crowley grabs at the red line, flips it around. He puts it all the way down to the corner, chases it, reverses off the hit. Then he goes into the boards weird. LA comes away with it. Good stick check by Crowley, breaks that up. And somebody's going to the penalty box. Looks like Johnny Zilm takes a hooking penalty behind the play. Didn't even see it. Crowley goes off as the Blues go shorthanded. And Wessel jumps over, so we'll have Spatansky, Wessel up front. Rubis and Brooks continue on defense. Blues win the faceoff back to their corner. Brooks chases it. He's going to tie it up in the corner. Rubis grabs it. He sends it out. That's going to go all the way down. And they call off icing as it stops literally a half a foot from the line. And now LA brings it right back in, and they are offsides. Kings send out a fresh forward unit. Blues will continue with their same 4-man unit. LA pushes into the Blues zone. Rubis in a foot race to the boards. LA gets there first. They put it in deep. Wessel go behind the net with it. They bring it out near side. They go out to the top of the circle. Now they go to the point. Into the far circle. Back out to the point. Near side of the circle. Shot tipped from the side. That goes wide. Rubis grabs it. He goes off the glass. That is pushed past a defender. Wessel tries to get around him. And he's going to bury in the corner and hold it there. They're going to bring it out now near side after going behind the net. Across the blue line. Pass across, hits the stick of Spatansky, and that is offsides against the Kings. Blues send out Blanchard and Giorgio up front. Komodowski and Smith will continue on defense. One minute, 6 seconds remaining in the Zill minor for hooking. Face off, won by the Blues. Komodowski crosses the red line. He puts it into the zone. Blanchard goes in on the forecheck. Giorgio holds up high. They go behind the net, D to D. Give it back to the defenseman behind the net again. They're going to bring it out far side. Giorgio keeps him there. He steps up, gets stick on it. Loose puck picked up by Smith. He sends it back down, and that's not going to go far enough for icing as well. A couple good clears by the Blues on this penalty kill that have gone just far enough not to be icing. Clearing attempt, kicked back into the zone by Giorgio. Kings bring it back out. Now they cross the Blues zone. They pull up, knocked off the stick by Giorgio. They get it right back. They shoot towards the front, hits a skate, comes to the far side. Blanchard picks it up. He flips it cross ice, tries to hit Giorgio. Heads up, here comes the Kings back in 3-on-1. Good play by Komodowski, breaks up the initial pass. They get it back, they send it to the front. Harris goes over, and that puck is deflected out of play in the Blues zone. Blues send out Fugner and Harris up front for the last 6 seconds of this penalty kill. Miniman and Peterson will be the defensive pairing. Face-off is won by the Blues. Harris pushes it towards the point. Defenseman holds it. Had another whack at getting out. Fugner hits his man, knocks the puck to Miniman. Miniman up the boards for Harris. Harris goes far side for Peterson. Peterson chips it around the board, tries to go to Schneider. That's held down. LA puts it back in the Blues zone. And Blues now back at full strength. Miniman up the boards for Harris. Harris tips it for Fugner. Fugner back to Harris. Harris to Fugner. And Blues going to go to the power play now. As Schneider battles behind, he skates it away. He goes out to the point. Blues have an extra skater as a penalty is being assessed. Shot from the point, hits a stick and goes into the netting. So Harris takes a hit. And let's see what they call. And they do. He gets a 2-10 for checking from behind as he saw all numbers of Harris's 16 and still elected to put him into the boards. So he goes to the sin bin for 2-10. They need to send another player to the box. And there he goes. Blues will start this power play with Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Brooks and Rubis will be the defensive pairing. Yeah. Looks like the scorekeeper is having trouble getting the penalty up on the board. So it looks like scorekeeper's having a problem with the penalty. So Blues power play will expire. Oh, they get it up finally. 2 minutes, 44 seconds is when it gets over to finish that comment. Face-off won by the Blues. Rubis shovels it to Brooks. Brooks goes far side to the point to Harris. Harris brings it down low. Back out to Rubis. Rubis skates, takes a circle. Long shot. That hits off the goalie's skate. Comes out to the far point. Brooks goes down low for Schneider. Schneider behind the net tries to hit Fugner. They're going to send it all the way around the point to Brooks. Brooks goes far side. Nobody there for the Blues. Harris comes back to grab it. He gets hooked, gets around his man, goes back out to the point to Rubis. Rubis to Brooks. Brooks to Harris. Harris shot. That saved in front. Schneider fans on the rebound as it was bouncing. They clear to the neutral zone. Rubus gets there first, passes to Brooks. Brooks, far side, tries to hit Harris. That hits a skate and goes deep in the zone. Harris goes in on the forecheck. They put it behind. They're going to clear it all the way around. That's held at the near side point by Brooks. Brooks down low for Fugner, bounces over his stick. They clear to the neutral zone, and Brooks has to hold as Fugner's getting back on sides, and LA came away with that puck. They're going to bring it around. They push it around. Rubus lifts the stick. Harris pushes him into the corner, and puck knocked off the stick by Harris. Here come the Blues out of the neutral zone. Harris comes far side for Fugner. Fugner, immediate with pressure on him, keeps pushing forward. Harris comes to get it. Harris goes to Rubus. Rubus has it knocked off of his stick, comes all the way out to the neutral zone. Brooks chases it, and looks like Fugner and a player from the Kings are going to go to the box for coincidental minors. So it looks like LA Kings player gets a holding minor, and I didn't see the hand call for Fugner, but either something, hook or a hold. Blues still on the power play for another 30 seconds. LA wins that face-off. They send it towards the net. That goes wide. Blanchard picks that up on the sideboards. Wessel comes in to help him out, pushes it back for Komodowski. Komodowski's going to bring it through the neutral zone with speed, crosses the red line, brings it into their zone, takes it behind the net, circles all the way out to the blue line again, goes far side for Wessel. Wessel to Spatansky, and goalie kicks the net off, so we have a stoppage in play. Five seconds remain in the Blues power play. Wessel, Spatansky, Blanchard up front. Smith and Komodowski, the defensive pairing. Goalie ices his post down. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Face-off won by the Blues, but it chips over Smith's stick. He sends it back up to Wessel. Wessel hits Blanchard. Blanchard brings it in, tips it over to Spatansky. It's behind him. He sends it hard into the far corner for Wessel. Wessel pulls it back away from the man, but they grab it. They put it behind their own net. They're going to send it right back up off the glass. That's going to go all the way down, and that should be an icing against the Kings, and it is. So 2:23 remaining in this first period. Blues down 1-0 to the LA Junior Kings. Pretty evenly matched battle thus far. No change in personnel for the Blues. Spatansky's line stays up front. Komodowski and Smith on defense. They win the faceoff. Back to Smith. Long shot. Deflects just wide of the net. Wessel goes in, picks up the loose puck in the corner. He tries to go far side to Malachi Smith. That puck is picked off. LA Kings bring it back in. Wessel on a good back check. Fights the man off, pushes him to the corner. They get it back anyways. Man open, skates it from the point, sends a shot towards the front. That hits a blue skate, goes into the far corner. LA sends it back in front. Wessel picks that off. He tries clearing out. That goes right to the point. Long shot, glove save, knocked down by Scanapieko. Komodowski grabs it, gives it to Wessel, and Wessel throws it down as they had been stuck on the ice there for a little bit. Blues make a line change. They send out Giorgio, Zilm, and Crowley up front. Defensively, we have Peterson and Miniman. Face-off won by the Kings after the Blues center gets tossed. They put it into the Blues corner. Peterson sends it back up the boards. Long shot, rebound in front. Scooped aside by Miniman. Crowley sends it up the sideboards. Good hold at the line by the Kings defender. Peterson in the corner, reverses up the sideboards. Crowley battles for it. Peterson goes in to help him out. Giorgio knocks his man off the puck. They get it to Crowley. Crowley has it knocked off of his stick. Loose puck and goal. Turnover by the Blues in a bad spot. Turns into a goal for the Kings, putting them up 2-0. Sloppy hockey And sloppy results, unfortunately. Not much Scannapieco could do there, as turn it over inside the dot, and they bury. Blues make a line change. They send out Spatansky, Harris, and Schneider up front. Brooks and Rubis, the defensive pairing. Face-off is won by the Kings. They bring it into the outside. Brooks pushes them farther. They're going to take it behind the Blues net. Rubis goes to help out. They send it up to the point. Harris there deflects the pass. They glove it down. Rubis picks it up in the corner. He braces for the hit. Spatansky comes to help him out. Kings come away with it again. They reverse to the corner. Send it up to Harris. Harris takes a high hit, holds the puck on the boards. Comes far side for Brooks. Brooks is going to skate it through the neutral zone. He crosses the red line, brings it into the zone, and they're going to clear it right back out. Spatansky covering the neutral zone, holds it there. They put it back in, and Harris couldn't get back on side. Face off, one to Schneider. He goes to Brooks. Brooks over to Rubis. Rubis crosses the red line, hits Spatansky. Spatansky tries to go far side, goes into the corner. Schneider puts it back behind the net for him. LA comes away with it. Good stick by Spatansky, breaks that up. They're going to clear near side. Schneider's going to get to that first. He holds it, puts it down low for Harris. Harris skates it to the corner. He tries to go up the boards. There's nobody there except the Kings player, and they're going to clear it back to the blue zone. Rubis grabs it off the boards to Brooks. Brooks off the boards to Schneider. Schneider hits Harris. Harris to Spatansky. Here's a 2-on-1 for the Blues. And shot on. Good save and covered by the Kings goalie. So Blues make a full line change. Smith and Komodowski on defense. Offensive unit will be Giorgio centering Wessel and Blanchard. Blues pull the goalie with 3.2 seconds left. Harris goes out for the shot opportunity. Face off, push forward by Giorgio. Gets it to the front, loose puck. Oh, man. Blues had an opportunity right there at the end. Good play by the goalie to use the paddle to knock it out of the crease. That's going to do it for the first period. Kings lead 2-0. We'll be back for the second here shortly. And we are ready to get the second period underway. Blues hoping for a little more urgency this period, I'm sure. Like to see more shots, more scoring opportunities. Blues are going to start the second period with Giorgio Crowley and Zilm up front. Defensively, we'll have Komodowski and Smith. Blues win the face-off. Komodowski crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. Pass out of the zone is tipped off the stick of Zilm. Komodowski has to hustle to get back and get that. He goes to Smith. Smith up the boards. His pass is knocked down off the stick of a Kings player. They're going to give it right back to him. He comes far side for Zilm. Zilm to Giorgio. Giorgio to the outside. Tries to get to, takes a wicked shot. Good save by the goalie. Komodowski now has it in the corner. They're going to take it behind. They chip it around Crowley. Now they lead man the puck, and they're going to clear it all the way down, and that will be an icing against LA. 16:20 remain here in the second period. Blues are going to send out a fresh unit. Spatansky, Blanchard, Wessel up front. Defensively, we'll have Miniman and Peterson. Offensive zone faceoff will be to the left of the Kings goaltender. That is tied up. Kings come away with it. They're going to chip it up the boards. Miniman pinches down low. They pass it around him. They get around Spatansky, and good play by Peterson breaks up the 2-on-1 as Blanchard then comes away with the loose puck, gives it to Spatansky. Spatansky backhand flips it off the glass all the way back into the Kings zone. Wessel goes in on the forecheck. They're going to tip it up past Peterson. Spatansky back, gives it to Blanchard, or to Miniman. Miniman to Blanchard. They tips it all the way down. Kings send it far side again. Spatansky comes in, knocks his man off the puck, holds that in the zone. Wessel grabs it, shovels it to Miniman. Miniman puts it in off of a Kings player. They pick it right back up. They turn around. They go to the outside. Miniman holds them there as they bring it into the Blues zone. Behind the back pass picked off by Wessel, and he's going to push it around his man. Big defenseman by Kings gets back in time. They're going to put it back into the Blues zone. Miniman tries to go across. His pass goes to a Kings player. Shot on, and Scanapieko makes a good save there as Miniman's pass was just off the mark, and the Kings player picked it up and took a rifle of a shot. Blues send out a fresh forward unit and defensive unit. Rubis and Brooks on defense. Fugner, Schneider, Harris on forward. Blues win the faceoff. They're going to send it all the way around to Harris. Harris kicks it to his stick, takes it behind the Blues net, reverses for Rubis in the near side corner. He's going to skate it out. He hits Schneider, or tries to hit Schneider. That's just out of his reach, and that goes all the way down for icing. Blues will have a defensive zone faceoff to the right of Scanapieko. No change in personnel for either team. Faceoff, one to Harris. He's going to skate it out of the zone. He's got Schneider with him. Takes it to the outside, brings it in, makes a move, has it knocked off of his stick. Loose puck in front. Schneider tips the pass. They're going to get it anyways. Next pass tips off of Fugner's skate, comes right back in. They take it behind their own net. They send it up to the sideboards. They try to clear. Pass comes the wrong way. Harris grabs it. He makes a move around one, tries to make the next one. Puck comes out to Brooks. He goes to Harris. Schneider gives it to Rubis. Loose puck in front. Fugner picks it up, puts it behind the net. Blues go on the forecheck in the corner. They clear it forward and heads up. 2-on-1 coming the other way. Good stick by Brooks, breaks that up. He goes up the boards. Nobody there for the Blues as they're going to put it back deep for Brooks. Brooks stops behind the Blues net. He tries to send it up to Harris. That is picked off. Blues pick it right back up. Pass over is tipped off a stick. Schneider picks it up. He tries to go to Harris, and it's just behind him, and that will be an icing against the Blues. Blues will send out Smith, Komodowski on defense. Giorgio, Crowley, Zilm up front on forward. Face-off, won by the Kings. They send it out to the point. Long shot. That gets through. Blocker saved. Knocked to the crease by Scanapieko. Now Malachi Smith battles in the corner. He sends it behind for Komodowski. Komodowski reverses. He goes back behind the net for Smith. Smith pass out to Zilm, hits something, and Zilm reclaims it. He sends it up into the LA zone for Giorgio. Giorgio gets to the outside. He gets tripped. How is that no call? and Kings come away with it. They try chipping it around Smith. He holds at the line. LA finally comes away with it. They cross the red line. They bring it in offsides, no call. They get to the outside. Shot from the side, fought off by Scanapieko. They take it behind the net, and Komodowski blows an edge. They get it, try to center it. Crowley picks it up. He sends it out to Zilm. Zilm battles his man. They're going to put it back in. Crowley gets it. Crowley makes a move, tips it forward for Zilm. Zilm tries to drop for Giorgio. Oh, Giorgio tried to slide it through the slot to Crowley, but that's just out of his reach. And now LA sends it all the way back into the blue zone. That's going to stop in some snow. And they put it towards the center, take a shot. That's whiffed on. Malachi Smith picks it up. He flips it up the sideboards, goes to Zilm. Zilm has the puck hit the board weird, and he goes in offsides. Blues send out Fugner, Bauer. Bauer's up front. Peterson, Miniman will be the defensive pairing. Face off won by the Blues. Bauer pushes it in. He goes in on the forecheck. They're going to take it behind their net. They go D to D. They're going to do it one more time, bring it near side. They're going to bring it out, pass forward. Glove down by Bauer. He takes it to the front, tries to get it to Bowers. Instead, it turns into a shot. Now the Blues battle behind the net. LA grabs it. They're going to bring it out. 3-on-2 the other way. Blues got to get back. And passes off to Mark Miniman, sends it harder on the boards. Bowers there, has it chipped past him. Miniman in the corner, tries to go down low for Peterson. He has to retreat back to the crease. They send it to the front. Wow, what a save by Scanapieko. Peterson clears it. They go up the boards. Miniman gives it to Bauer. Bauer to Bauer. And he tips it in, goes for a change. LA Kings reclaim it. They send it back up the sideboards. Miniman pushes it back in, and that will be offsides. So Blues get Tyson Boyer back. He just skates on the ice. Blues win the face-off, but LA comes away with it. Heads up, they got a 2-on-1. Good back check by Blanchard as they chip it towards the Blues net, and that is held on to by Scanapieko for a whistle. 11:44 remain here in the second period. Blues down 2-0. Spatansky, Wessel, and Blanchard will be up front. Defensively, we have Rubis and Brooks. Blues win the face-off. Actually, they lost the face-off. I'm sorry. They took a shot that went to the corner. Rubis now battles down low for it. They try to clear to the front. Wow, good play by the Kings player to keep that alive as he just threw it towards the front. It bounced right through this crease, goes into the far corner. Spatansky and Brooks battle behind the net. Spatansky comes away with it. He goes up the boards. He tries to hit Blanchard. That's out of his reach, and that will be icing against the Blues. Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Rubis, Brooks will continue on defense. Face-off is tied up. Blues come away with it. Rubis grabs it. He goes up to Schneider. Schneider tips it forward for Harris. Harris with the semi-break. Shot on, loose puck in front. Goalie stick goes flying. And good hold at the point by Rubis. And goalie is just going to hold on to that as he doesn't have a stick. Good play there. Harris got sprung on a semi-break. Better save by the goalie, though. Keeps this a 2-goal game. Fugner lines up to take this offensive zone face-off. Face-off is won by the Blues. Harris wins it and takes it to the corner. He gets knocked down, still battles for it. Schneider comes in and pokes it away, goes around his man. He brings it to the near side in front for Fugner. Fugner gets a shot off, pad save, and then here comes LA Kings back through the neutral zone. And good play by Schneider breaks up that play. He sends it up the boards for Harris. Harris, he's going to skate it out of the zone. He brings it across the red line. He gets hooked. No call there. Komodowski comes in, pushes it forward. They're going to bring it far side. They go up the sideboards. Now they go middle of the ice. And they're going to bring it in, and he is offsides by several feet. And Blues catch a break there as the ref was out of position, but he saw it. Blues send out Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer up front defensively. Smith, Komodowski, face off won by the Blues. Back to Smith. He lost it in his skates, gets it back, sends it to Giorgio. Giorgio to Zilm. Zilm just pushes it forward. LA Kings turn it back around. They go D to D just inside their blue line. Now they bring it up. They cross into the blue zone. They're offsides again, no call. Boyer picks up the puck. He goes far side for Zilm. Zilm brings it in, goes to Giorgio, gets knocked off of his stick. And here come the Kings back through the neutral zone. Good play by Zilm. Almost knocked it to the Kings winger, though. Malachi Smith picks it up. He tries to clear it up the boards. Shot hits off the skate of Zilm, goes right to Giorgio. Giorgio brings it in. Blues offsides this time by several. And puck goes on net, held on to for a whistle. Blues send out Crowley, Harrison, Schneider up front, Miniman and Peterson, the defensive pairing. Face off, push to the corner. Schneider and Crowley go in for it. They're going to push it far side. Harris goes down. Miniman pinches. He holds it there. They clear to the zone. Schneider holds at the line. He goes far side for Crowley. Crowley shoots off the post. What a play there. As Crowley had him beat and puts it right off the post. They go back to Harris. Harris skates it to the sideboards. He drops it for Crowley. Crowley has it bounce off of his stick, gives it right back to Harris. Harris out to the point to Peterson. Peterson to Miniman. Miniman shot tipped by Schneider. Goal! Schneider tips in the shot from the point by Miniman, and the Blues get back within a one here with 9:02 remaining in the second period. So Schneider from Crowley to get on the board and get this back within one. Blues will continue with Crowley, Schneider, and Harris up front. Miniman, Peterson continue on defense. Face off one again. Schneider pushes it forward. They're going to grab it. They send it right back. Miniman holds it in the neutral zone, and that will be offsides as the LA Kings player overskated the puck. Blues make a line change. They're going to send out... Oh, they're not. I'm sorry. That's going to do it for the first half of the second period. We'll have a Zamboni scrape. We will be back for the remainder of the second period and the third period here in about 15 minutes. Until then, we'll see ya. And we are back for the resumption of the second period. We have 8 minutes 54 seconds on the clock. As a reminder, Blues scored late in the closing moments of that first part of the second period. Schneider tips one in on a shot from the point, bringing this back to a one-goal game. So Kings lead 2-1. Blues will start with Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, we'll have Brooks and Komodowski. This is a neutral zone face-off. It is won by the Kings. They bring it out to the red line. They go D to D. They're going to throw it in deep into the corner. They send it up the sideboards. Harris grabs it. He's going to bring it out through the neutral zone. He has Schneider with him. Schneider pulls up. Harris gets knocked to the ice. They're going to take it around. They clear it up the center. That puck comes out to the neutral zone. Picked up by Fugner. He tips it to Harris. Harris puts it in deep. They're going to bring it around. They send it up the boards. Fugner tips it to Harris. Harris has it tipped off of his stick. LA brings it back through the neutral zone. Their pass out of the reach of everybody. Brooks goes right back off the boards. That doesn't get all the way out of the zone. LA grabs it. They send it behind the net. They fan on their pass. Rubis battles in the near side corner. Fugner picks it up, goes behind for Brooks. His pass is intercepted. LA comes away with it. They make a move to go to the front. Fugner has it. He lead mans it to Harris. Harris going to cross over. He brings it into the blue zone, or into the King zone, excuse me. Takes it behind the net. He's looking for somebody. He goes far side, tries to hit Wessel fresh on the ice. Puck comes out to the point, long shot. That goes wide. Smith pinches in, puts it down low. That puck gets picked off. They try to clear, hit their own player's skate. Malachi Smith holds it the blue line. He waits for Wessel to clear, puts it back in deep. That's behind the net. King's going to send it up the sideboards. Spatansky on the forecheck causes a turnover. It comes back into the corner. He now battles for it. Wessel comes in to help him. Spatansky grabs it, tries to hit a wide open Blanchard. Good stick by the defender on the Kings. Breaks that up. And here come the Kings 2-on-3 back into the blue zone. Wow, good move there. Gets around the defender. But Blanchard on a solid back check pushes him all the way into the corner. Spatansky comes away with it. He goes far side trying to hit Komodowski. That puck is turned right back around. LA puts it back into the blue zone. Brought right back out by Blanchard. He tips it to Wessel. Wessel has Komodowski, gets it to him. Shot on, blocker saved. That goes a mile high and heads up. Here come the Kings with speed through the neutral zone. They get it to the outside. And wow, big collision in front. Komodowski takes the better part of that collision as the Kings player goes down. Boyer now battles on the sideboards. They put it back in deep. Puck squirts out, goes to the point, gets on net, pad save, push to Komodowski. He's going to reverse it, goes hard behind the boards, hits Boyer. Boyer's going to bring it out, crosses the blue line, has it knocked off of his stick. He has to retreat. He's going to chip it off the boards as the rest of his line's going to change. They're going to bring it into the outside. They take it down low below the goal line. Giorgio's going to pick up the loose puck after Malachi Smith knocks the player off of it. He sauces all the way over to Boyer. Boyer gets around the last man, cuts in, and puck squirts on net, and that is held on to by the Kings goaltender.
What's up, man?
Blues send out Minham and Peterson on defense. The offensive unit of Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer will continue. Face off, one to Boyer. He goes to Miniman. Miniman shot. That hits a skate in front. Kings turn it right back around. Good step up by Miniman. Holds it. He goes far side to Giorgio. Giorgio tries to go to Peterson. That's deflected. Peterson picks it up and throws it down deep. They go up the sideboards. Kicked in back down by Boyer. Boyer, sauce pass far side for Miniman. Miniman to Peterson. Peterson with the lane shot on. Loose puck in front. And Zilm buries the rebound. Zilm from Peterson and Miniman to put the Blues back in this game, and it's all square at twos. Zilm from Boyer and Miniman. So a few texts came in asking where Tyson was to start this game. And for those that haven't heard, his mother gave us permission to share, but Tyson was having some respiratory issues before the game, got checked out by the trainer, and they wanted him to go to urgent care. So Tyson Boyer spent this morning in urgent care, got released by a doctor with what can only be described as a possible collapsed partial lung, and comes out and makes a difference in the second period, getting an assist on that goal. So he seems to be doing okay. Shot from the point, that gets through, tipped just to the side by Zilm. He back checks behind the net, gets it to Giorgio. Giorgio skates it out, pass to the point to Brooks. Brooks, another long shot. That goes just wide, picked off by LA. And they're going to send it around and heads up. They've got a 2-on-1 the other way, and they are offsides. So on the score sheet, you'll see 2 asterisks by that assist by Boyer to indicate a partially collapsed lung. For those of you keeping score at home, that's a new addition this year to the score sheets. Blues send out Crowley, Harris, Schneider up front. Defensively, we'll have Smith and Peterson. Face-off is won by the Blues. It gets pushed in. Crowley pressures behind the net. Schneider holds on the sideboards. Hits Harris in front. Harris shot on. Oh, what a glove save by the goalie there. Snapped him off like a center fielder in the MLB. The only thing he could have done to make that cooler was toss the puck over the net to a fan afterwards. Blues keep the same unit out. Crowley, Harris, Schneider. Blues win the face-off. It squirts off Komodowski's stick into the neutral zone. His pass to Smith is deflected by a Kings player. And now Komodowski battles behind the net. Heads up. Here the Kings come as they get it to the point. Long shot. That gets through. Loose puck. And they clear it to the side. Schneider breaks that up. And then Smith blocks the shot. Schneider battles for it. Crowley gets it. Schneider now on the boards, flips it around. He gets it all the way out. That's going to go all the way down, and that will be an icing against the Blues. Good shift by the LA Kings there. Came with a lot of pressure, and Blues were just happy to get that out of the zone and keep this a tie game. Blues send out Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Defensively, we have Peterson and Miniman. Face-off will be to the left of Scana-Pieko with 4:02 remaining here in the second period in this tie game. Miniman goes behind the net for Peterson. Peterson up the sideboards to Blanchard. Blanchard backhand pass to Spatansky. He gets bodied off the puck. It squirts back to Blanchard. LA comes away with it. They pass it to their defenseman down at the dot in their own zone. Another defensive pass right back to the defenseman in front. Picked off by Wessel. Wessel shot on. Blocker save. Fought off by the Kings goaltender as they turned it right over to Wessel. They give it to him again. It's almost like the Kings want Wessel to get a goal here. They keep giving him the puck. And again, he knocks it off a Kings player's stick. Gets it. He's going to bring it behind. He goes off the boards to Miniman at the point. Miniman sidesteps, brings it back to the boards, puts it down low. Wessel lets it go to the far corner for Blanchard. Blanchard has it knocked past him. It goes right to Spatansky. Spatansky gets it knocked off of his stick. He reclaims it behind the net. He gets hit now. He gets it to Blanchard. Blanchard reverses. LA Kings player slid behind the net. You go to Spatansky. Spatansky's shot. That misses. They're going to clear again. They push it around Peterson. He takes it off their stick. He reverses, goes to Spatansky. Spatansky tries to hit Wessel. It's out of his reach, and Kings regroup in their own defensive zone. They go far side. Pass picked off by Peterson. Peterson has it bounce off his stick. He goes up the sideboards, and too many men. And so Blues now have to play catch-up in their own zone. Schneider on the sideboards, tips it around one man, tips it around another, gets it to Fugner, and here comes Fugner. Schneider, Harris, 3-on-1. Oh, loose puck in front. Schneider tries to put it behind his legs. Held in at the point by Rubis. Down low to Fugner. Fugner takes it behind. He goes to the side. Shot on, loose puck. And they blow the whistle because the goalie pushes the net off again. Blues bench is irate. Blues fans are cheering. But it is a net off the peg again. Boper having a chuckle with the referee, as that's the second or third time we've seen that particular play today. Face-off won by the Blues. Harris goes to the point to Rubis. Rubis makes a move at the line, goes back to Harris. Harris far side to Brooks. Brooks shot on. That goes just wide. Rubis fights over, battles, and holds that at the line. He has it knocked off of his stick and heads up. They have a one-on-one back in. Schneider hustling back. Fugner hustling back. Long shot. Rebound in front. Picked up by Fugner. Fugner to Harris. Harris has it knocked off of his stick. They're going to bring it right back in, and they're going to clear the zone for the Blues. Harris picks it up. He tries to get to Fugner. Fugner goes back to Harris. That goes past him and goes all the way into the zone. Blues going to go for a forward unit line change as Giorgio, Zilm, Boyer step on. Rubis and Brooks. Good step up by Rubis, breaks it up. Boyer gets around. He goes to the outside, pulls up, has the puck bounce off of his stick. LA's clearing attempt goes to Brooks. Brooks back over to Boyer near side. Tries to one-touch it to Giorgio. It's picked off. Good hold at the line by Boyer as he drops his skate right into the path of that puck. LA King brings it back out. Good stick by Brooks. Breaks it up. Goes back to Rubis. Rubis far side. Tries to hit Zilm. He was on the other side of the ice, though. And that's going to go all the way down, but not far enough for icing. They send it all the way around. That's picked off in the neutral zone by Smith. He goes back to Komodowski. Komodowski back to Smith. Smith to Boyer. Boyer crosses the red line, brings it in, gets into their zone, has it knocked off of his stick, and heads up 3-on-1 the other way. Good back check by Ty. And wow, what a play by Malachi Smith to break that up as they couldn't even get an attempt. And great back check by Tyson Boyer. Blues next clearing attempt, hits a skate, comes back into the Blues corner. Giorgio on it, pushes it off the player's stick. Then him and Smith collide. Smith lost his stick. Long shot, pad save. Giorgio has it. He goes behind the net to Smith, who doesn't have a stick, and apparently the stick is broken. So he can't pick that up. And that's going to do it for the second period. Blues with 2 goals have tied this game up. We'll be back for the third period here shortly. And we are ready to get the third period underway. Blues are going to start this period with Crowley, Harris, Schneider up front. Defensively, we'll have Peterson and Miniman. Face-off is won by the Kings. They push it into their zone, and they go D to D just inside the blue line. They send it up forward. They're going to bring it back to the center off the mark. They send it forward. Peterson flips it all the way through. Schneider goes in on the forecheck. He pushes them behind the net. They're going to send it all the way around. Miniman pinches, pushes it back down deep. That's a great pinch there. They try clearing near side. Schneider, the only one there. He reverses. He sends it out to Peterson, who is on the wrong side of the blue line, so that's Blues have to regroup. Blues put it in deep. Goalie almost eats it. Harris goes into the corner, holds it there. Crowley comes in to help him out. They're going to clear. Schneider tries to hit him. They're going to bring it out through the neutral zone. Good back check by Crowley, keeping this an even affair. They send it far side, comes to the wall. Schneider and his man go for it. They're going to send it back up the boards. Schneider comes away with it. He chips it around a man, gets it to Harris. Harris with space. He's got Miniman. Oh, can't get it all the way across the slot as the goalie got a paddle on it. And here comes the Kings back through the neutral zone. They send it forward. Step up by Brooks, breaks that up. Good play by Spatansky. Blues now on a break. Oh, Wessel couldn't get there, and a defender was coming off the bench. Good forecheck by Spatansky and Wessel, breaking that up. And they're calling a penalty on Wessel when the Kings player took the stick out of his hands and held onto it. That's a classic. So Wessel will go to the box, 2 minutes for tripping with 15:38, it looks like. I don't know. Clock is missing some digits here. So we'll say about 15:38-ish is where that penalty took place. Blues send out Blanchard and Spatansky up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pair. Face-off won by the Kings. They get it out to the point. They send it down to the sideboards, far side. He takes it down low into the corner behind the net. Back to the corner in the far side. Now he comes to the near side point. Long shot blocked by Brooks. He's stung but gets the puck out. Spatansky tips it around one man. He pushes it in. Then he blocks the next clearing attempt. Blanchard grabs it. He throws it in. He's going to forecheck in the far corner, follow his own dump. He pulls back and lets them set up, is just keeping them honest. They're going to bring it out near side with speed. They cross the red line. Now they bring it into the Blues zone. They take it to the outside. Takes it behind the goal line, behind the Blues net. Out to the point. Blanchard out there. Pass back down low. Fanned on, but still gets there. They have it behind the net. Back behind the net one more time. Now to the far dot. Send it to the far side point. Down low to the sidewalls. He's going to skate it out. Top of the circle. He goes far side. That is kicked by Spatansky. Goes in the corner by a diving Brooks attempt. They send it all the way around to the far boards. Blanchard there for it. They send it to the side of the Blues net. He brings it back out to the sideboards. Drops it for the point man. They go D to D on the blue line. Try to go far side. That's tipped by Rubis. Rubis picks it up. He's going to skate it out. And he crosses the red line. He's going to put it in deep as the Blues are going to go for a four-man change, as that was a good start to this penalty kill. They try bringing it in. Komodowski holds it up. They push it around him. Smith grabs it. He sends it hard around the boards. That goes all the way up to the point. Good hold by the defender. They hit a man on a seam pass. Shot on. Saved by Scanapieko. And looks like the net is dislodged. Blues will have Giorgio Boyer up front. I'm sorry, Boyer goes to the bench. So Zillman, Giorgio up front. Komodowski, Smith on defense. Face-off will be to the right of Scanapieko. Won by the Kings. They send it out to the point. They send it to the top of the far side circle. Back out to the point man. Back to the circle. Long shot. That gets through but goes just wide of the net. LA picks it up on the near side boards. They reverse it down low to the circle. Back out to the point now. Go D to D. Bottom of the far side circle. Back out to the point. Back to the circle. They make a move. They reverse. They put it down low. 3 seconds remain in the Blues penalty. They get it out to the point. Long shot. That gets through. Loose puck in front. And shot blocked by Komodowski. And he's going to skate it out now. He sends it up to Schneider. Schneider tips it around the defender. He pushes his man back deeper. They're going to get it in low. They're going to put it back into the near side corner. Schneider goes in, hits his man, knocks the puck to Zilm. LA comes away with it behind the back pass and heads up. Here they come. They've got a 3-on-2. Offsides, no call. Puck goes to the outside, shot through. That goes wide. Puck comes up to the sideboards. They take another long shot. That one hits Giorgio. They control it on the far sideboards. They take it down low. Komodowski goes behind the net for it. They send it back behind the Blues net into the far side corner. Knocked off the stick by Smith. Giorgio comes away with it. Lead man's it for Zilm. Zilm puts it in deep. Schneider goes in on the forecheck. The rest of the Blues go for a line change. They're going to send it near side. Nobody home. Fugner fresh on the ice. Comes in, beats his man, pushes it down deep. They're going to send it hard off the glass. That hits the seam. Bounces far side for Miniman. Miniman to Peterson. Peterson far side to Schneider. Schneider tries tipping it in. He's got a man all over him. Fugner picks it up. Miniman comes far side to Harris. Harris crosses the blue line, takes it in, turns on the speed, gets it knocked off his stick. He's going to hold it there in the corner, gets it knocked off his stick. Nobody there. And they're going to clear out to the point. Peterson shot. That is blocked in front by a stick. They have it again. They're going to take it far side this time. They're going to try to clear over there. And they do. That's going to go all the way down. They're going to say Miniman could have played, so no icing. Blues start a forward line change. Good reverse by Peterson. He gives it to Miniman. Miniman reverses. Goes up the boards out of the reach of everybody. Blues finish the line change. They go D to D in their own zone one more time back to the far side. Now they come near side. They hit their own player on the sauce attempt. Blanchard breaks that up. He now skates it in, gives it to Wessel. Wessel to Spatansky. Oh, Spot has it knocked off of his stick, goes into the far corner. They're going to clear it, and they throw it into the netting, so we'll have a stoppage in play with 11:18 remaining here in the third period of this tie 2-2 game.
Go Blues!
Blues will continue with Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front. Brooks and Rubis, the defensive pair. Face-off is won by the Blues, knocked off the stick by the Kings. They send it all the way down. Wessel blocks the clearing attempt in the corner. They're going to try to clear near side. Brooks pinches down low, holds it there. LA comes away with it, heads up. They got a man behind, and they send it all the way down, and that will be icing. Blues catch a break there as one of their forwards wandered behind our defense and had that pass connected. It's a breakaway. Blues will continue with the same five-man unit. Offensive zone face-off will be to the left of the Kings goalie after that icing. Spatansky ties his man up. Blanchard comes in, grabs it, tries to take a quick shot, gets it knocked off of his stick. Wessel grabs it, tries to put it towards the center. It blocks back into the corner. He comes away with it again. They're going to clear it all the way up the boards. Their man stops it. They try clearing again. Good hold by Brooks. He hits Wessel, and Wessel can't control it, and it bounces off his stick and goes on net for a stoppage in play as the goalie holds it. Blues send out a fresh five-man unit. Giorgio centering Zilm Boyer will be the offensive trio.
Go boys!
The defensive duo, Komodowski and Smith, will be covering the blue line. Giorgio lines up to take the draw, wins it back to Smith. Quick shot. That hits Boyer in front. Loose puck picked up by Giorgio. He shoots. Boyer gets to the rebound. Tips it to Zilm. Zilm shot on. Save again. Another shot in front. Loose puck. And goalie knocked the net off again. Which that actually works in our favor because that would not have gone far enough for icing. And now we get an offensive zone face-off.
Go Blue!
I think the goalie just got a warning from the referee, as that's the fourth or fifth time we've seen that particular play. Blues have Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm still up front. Komodowski, Smith, the defensive pairing. Face off, one to Boyer. Boyer tries to get it to Smith. It was a bullet of a pass. Next clearing attempt held in. He tries to hit Giorgio. Quick one-touch pass by the Kings. Boyer plays it off the glass to himself, gloves it back down, and here comes LA with it. They're in offsides, again, no call. And Boyer strips it off of his stick, tries to clear it out. Wow, what a shot from the point. And it was a bullet, hits Scanapieko in the shoulder. Good heads-up play by him. Komodowski reverses behind the net into the near side corner for Smith. Smith sends it right back the other way. Zilm has to retreat down. LA Kings come away with it. Komodowski strips it from him. Gives it to Giorgio behind the net. Giorgio to Smith. Smith to Zilm. Here come the Blues 3-on-2. And, wow, another offsides miss by this officiating crew against the Blues this time. but at least they're doing it both ways. Smith comes out of it, sends it behind the net. He gets held up. Puck is sent far side, and clearing crossing attempt blocked by Boyer. Boyer's going to turn around, bring it right back in. Drops it for Giorgio. Giorgio to Smith. Uh-oh, heads up. Man open. Semi-break, and he is offsides. And he is, again, Blues catch a very lucky break. As that puck was about a foot from being a breakaway as they had another man get behind our defense. Face off, won by the Kings. They're going to skate it right up the middle. Schneider keeps him to the outside. They're going to chip it around deep. Peterson goes in for it. He reverses in the corner. Tries to give it to Crowley, who's helping. Crowley has it knocked off of his stick. Heads up. They get it to the point. Long shot blocked in front by Harris. Harris, he gets taken down. No call. There it is. Back ref saw it. So Blues will go to the power play here with 8:47 remaining in the third period. Blues will send out Fugner to replace Crowley. And we'll continue the power play, or start the power play with Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, we'll have Miniman and Peterson. Fugner lines up to take it. It is pushed into the corner. Harris battles for it, gets it to Fugner. Fugner with space, shot on. And again, the goalie knocks the net off. Again, that works out well for us. And we get another offensive zone faceoff. That's 2 in a row that they've given us an offensive zone faceoff when it wouldn't have been. Because pretty sure the Blues iced the puck on their behalf there, trying to pass to the point. We'll take it. Fugner lines up, take this one. We're going to do it from the left of their goalie one more time. Face-off is tied up. Harris comes in to help. They clear. Miniman holds at the line. What a great hold that is. Harris gets it on the sideboards. He goes out to the point to Miniman. Miniman back to Harris. Harris down low for Smith. Back to Harris. Schneider picks up the loose puck. He goes to Miniman. Miniman down low for Fugner. Fugner skates it back out. Gives the puck to Miniman. Down low to Harris. Harris back to Miniman. Miniman shot. Deflected just wide by Fugner. Peterson picks it up. Goes down low for Fugner again. Fugner reverses in the corner. He goes far side for Harris. Harris out to Miniman at the point. Oh, puck squirts under his stick. He has to reset, gives it to Harris. Harris going to bring it back in. He goes to the outside, gives it to Fugner. Fugner shot, that goes high. Schneider loose puck behind the net. He brings it out to the near side corner. Goes out to Peterson. Peterson to Schneider. Schneider shot on goal! Schneider with the power play goal put the Blues up 3-2 late here, well, about halfway through the third period. Schneider from, I want to say, Fugner and Brooks. So Blues will make a line change after that power play goal. They send out Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard up front defensively. Brooks and Rubis. Blues win the faceoff. Wessel goes back to Brooks. Brooks goes far side for Blanchard. It bounces over his stick. LA regroups in their own zone. Blanchard stays all over him. They get it out to the neutral zone. They're going to go far side. Brooks keeps them to the outside. They stop. They pull up. Pass off to Marks. Spatansky knocks it off of his stick. He sends it up the boards for Wessel. Goes past his stick all the way to the neutral zone. They're going to bring it back far side now. They're going to reverse back into their own corner. Blues constantly pushing them back with the heavy forecheck. They reverse it behind the corner. They're going to go far side. That puck picked off by Spatansky. He battles. He sends it back in deep. He's going to go in and help with the battle on the boards. Held at the line by Rubis. His pass is picked off. Here comes the offsides by a mile again. And Kings have been plagued by the offsides bug all game long. Blues send out a fresh defensive pairing in Smith and Komodowski. They'll join Spatansky, Wessel, Blanchard. Neutral zone face-off directly across from the Blues bench. Spatansky wins it. Wessel tips it around. That goes all the way down and in. They're going to say no icing. Looked like he was on this side of the red line to me. LA brings it around. They chip it around Spatansky. They bring it in. They're going to throw it in deep. Komodowski goes behind the net. He reverses. His clearing attempt hits LA Kings player. Wessel picks it up. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone. He goes far side, tries to tip it over to Blanchard. It's intercepted, but Smith is there to help break that up. They're going to bring it back to the zone. And good play by Zilm, breaks up the next, and then they throw it in offside.
Let's go, Blue.
Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm will be up front. Peterson, Miniman, the new defensive pairing. Neutral zone face-off here with 6:09 remaining in this third period. Face-off won by the Blues. Peterson goes to Miniman. Miniman tries to go far side. It gets knocked off a skate. He gets it right back, crosses the red line. He puts it in deep. LA goalie settles it behind. He sends it hard around the boards, goes all the way to the point. Miniman grabs it. Wasn't expecting it, but he's able to put it back in deep. LA gets a lucky break off of the Blues, and Boyer gets tied up, but gets the puck back anyways. Miniman goes to Peterson. Peterson off the boards to Zilm. Zilm tries chipping it in, and that goes into the stands for a stoppage in play. Cody Spatansky, the baseball player of the family, throws it over the glass to the referee. It's a perfect toss. Giorgio wins that face-off again. He goes to Miniman. Miniman off the boards. Tries to hit Zilm. It's just out of his reach. Giorgio picks up the loose puck. He goes to Peterson. Peterson to Boyer. Here come the Blues in the neutral zone. Boyer puts it towards the net. Looks like he was trying to do a pad pass to Zilm, who was breaking towards the crease, and the goalie snapped it up with his glove. Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, Miniman, Peterson will continue on defense. Fugner lines up to take it. It is pushed to the corner. Fugner goes in on the forecheck. Schneider goes in to help him out. Fugner comes away with it. Goes to Harris. Harris shot. That goes just wide. Goes to the far corner. Schneider gets there first. Pushes it down low. Gets it to Fugner. What a pass that was. Fugner out to the point to Miniman. Miniman takes the shot towards the front. Harris tips it to the net. Goes into the corner. Schneider goes in. Hits his man. They're going to reverse near side. Fugner goes in on the forecheck here. They reverse behind the net. And they're going to send it through the neutral zone. Now they're going to bring it out near side. Harris keeps him there. They block the pass. Peterson picks up the loose puck, and then he's going to flip it into the stands. And Cody Spatansky is going to get to show off that arm one more time. Perfect pass once again right to the referee. Little Spot's going to get a part-time job as a puck chaser. Blues will send out Brooks and Rubis on defense with the Fugner, Schneider, Harris line. Face-off won by the Kings. They send a shot towards the net. It's missed. Goes to Harris. Harris to Fugner. Fugner has it knocked off of his stick. Good step up by Rubis. Breaks that up. Schneider tries to get it around another man. They grab it right back, and they're going to bring it in. Good play by, oh, no, it wasn't a good play. Got the stick up. That's why you don't hit with two hands on your stick. Rubis going to go to the, or not Rubis, Brooks going to go to the box for cross-checking. And that's a rough one there. So Blues with a 3-2 lead go to the penalty kill late here in the third period. They're going to send out Spatansky and Wessel as the forward killing unit. And they're going to send out Rubis and Komodowski is the defensive pair, and we have a timeout by the LA Kings. So we'll be back here for this final 4:18 after this timeout concludes.
Let's go, Blues!
And that'll do it for the timeout. Blues will continue with Spatansky and Wessel up front, Komodowski and Rubis, the defensive pairing. Scanapieko, the goalie, who's had a spectacular performance today. LA Kings win the draw, but Blues strip it. Rubis is going to skate it into the neutral zone. He's going to cross the red line. He puts it in deep. Wessel keeps him honest on the near side boards. He puts it down low. LA Kings regroup. They're going to bring it out near side. Pass completes. They're going to skate it through the neutral zone with speed. They bring it in down the far sideboards. They go far side. Pass is a bullet. He has to retrieve that off the boards. They go D to D at the top of the circles. Now back to the near side point. Down low to the dot. Back out to the point. Shot. That is deflected just wide, and apparently the net is off. Blues will continue with the same four-man unit. Won by the Kings. They go out to the point, back to the near side dot, back out to the top of the point, back to the dot, back to the point, far side to the other dot this time. Now back out to the point. Long shot. That deflects over the net off something. Komodowski kicks it to Rubis. Rubis, he's going to send that all the way down, and that will be an icing against the Blues with 3:16 remaining. 59 seconds remain in the penalty kill. Blues send out a fresh defensive unit in Peterson and Smith. Wessel, Spatansky continue up front. Good face-off win by Wessel as he just powers it past all five players on the Kings and gets it to the neutral zone. Kings going to bring it back in. Good stick by Malachi Smith, breaks that up. Wessel sends it off the boards, back into their zone. And 40 seconds remain in the Blues penalty kill. 2:56 left here in the game. Or third period, I should say. Kings going to bring it in with speed. They take it to the outside. They take it behind the Blues net. They send it out to the point. Send it to the far point. Back to the top of the middle point. Down low one more time. He makes a move. Wessel stays on him. Wessel, oh, wow, Wessel almost stripped the puck from him. Here they come back again. They come to the far circle, back out to the point. Long shot, that gets through. Paddled to the corner by Scanapieko. Wessel now on it, and puck picked up by Smith. He tries to clear. That's held at the line. They're going to bring it down. They go behind the Blues net. Heads up, man open. Shot. Good save by Scanapieko, and LA's going to clear it for us as the Blues are back at full strength. Giorgio beats his man all the way down, takes it behind the net. He gets held, no call. They're going to reverse it. They're going to send it far side. Miniman tries to hold at the blue line, and it comes just out of the zone.
Let's go, Blues! Go, Blues! Go, Blues!
1:56 remain here in this third period. Blues lead 3-2. They have Giorgio, Boyer, Zilm out front. Komodowski, Miniman on defense. Face-off won by the Kings into their own zone. They're going to bring it out near side. They sauce it forward. That goes all the way down. Komodowski can't grab it. They're going to send it behind the net to Miniman, picked off. Good stick by Miniman, though, breaks off the next play. Giorgio comes in to grab it. He goes behind the net for Komodowski, bounced over his stick. Boyer comes back. They clear up the boards. Boyer grabs it. Backhand pass to Zilm. Here comes Zilm, Boyer, and Miniman. Oh, puck knocked off his stick. Zilm picks it up. He goes down low for Boyer. Boyer tries to hit Giorgio. That bounces over his. Miniman gets it from Giorgio. Giorgio back from Miniman to Boyer. Boyer shoots. He puts it just over the net. Kings grab it. They send it out to the point. Komodowski has it. His shot blocked down. Hand pass not called there. Giorgio picks up the loose puck. He's going to take it. Drops it in the corner for Boyer. Boyer off the boards to Komodowski. Komodowski back down low. Sends it all the way around to the far corner for Giorgio. 57 seconds remaining. They go out to Miniman at the point. Miniman skies it into the far side corner. And Kings now are going to be able to bring it out. We should see a goalie coming. Oh, Miniman steps up, breaks up the play, but Kings get it right back. Another stick block by Zilm, and now they get it out, and there goes the Kings goalie as Miniman tries to play behind the net. Loose puck in front. Unreal. Unreal. Turnover behind the Blues net ties this game up with 31 seconds remaining. Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Blues win the face-off. Brooks has it. He goes far side for Harris. That is going to go all the way down, and that will be icing against the Blues with 24.6 seconds remaining.
Let's get it back.
Blues will have a defensive zone face-off to the right of Scanapieko. No change in personnel. Peterson, Rubis on defense. Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Face-off, won by the Blues. Smith pushes it out to the neutral zone. Schneider on the forecheck. LA Kings come away with it. They put it back in the Blues zone. They get it to the outside. Fugner stays all over him. They send it out to the point. That puck gets out to the neutral zone. And Blues are going to push it back down low. They send it far side with 4 seconds remaining, and they're just going to shovel it on net, and that's going to do it for the third. Blues and Kings tied 3-3. We will go to a 3-on-3 overtime. And we'll be back to get that started here shortly. And Blues will start this overtime period with Wessel and Spatansky up front. Peterson will be the defenseman. Face-off is won by the Kings. They're going to bring it into their own zone and get set up. They bring it out near side. They're going to bring it into the zone with speed. They take it to the outside. Wessel stays all over him. They retreat to their defenseman in the neutral zone. They're going to reset, drop it down low one more time. They're going to bring it back through the neutral zone. They send it forward, heads up, here they come. Long shot, that goes a mile high. Wessel's going to come out of the zone. He chips it around. He tries to get it to Spatansky. He's going to pull up and hold there. They're going to send it back to Peterson. Peterson skates the blue line with it. He's going to reverse. Goes up to Wessel. Wessel, far side to Spatansky. He has to pull up to get it as it was behind him. Wessel gets it back from Spatansky. Back to Peterson. Peterson's going to skate near side now. He goes far side for Spatansky, and he was offsides, no call. And he corrects that on his own, goes back. Blues make 2 fresh line changes. They get Komodowski and Harris on the ice. Komodowski takes it behind. Schneider gets on the ice. Harris going to go behind. He's going to bring it out near side. He's got speed. He's going to bring it into the zone. Takes it towards the center. Tries to get to Schneider. Loose puck in front. Sent all the way out to Komodowski. Komodowski's going to reverse into the neutral zone. He's going to bring it through the near side this time. Crosses the zone. Brings it down low. Shot. That is off the goalie's pad and into the netting. Blues will keep Harris, Schneider, Komodowski up front. Schneider lines up to take the draw. It is pushed to the corner. Kings grab it. They're going to send it up the far boards. Schneider gets back, covers the middle. They go far side, hit a streak on a one-timer, and they score. Unbelievable. Kings win in overtime, and that'll do it for the Blues' chance at a semi, as that was a must win, and we'll play a consolation game sometime tomorrow. Until then, we'll see ya.